right now I'm focusing on, oh goodness, like just the painting and drawing in general is kind of something I've always been good at, I've been told. And I was taking business classes before and that didn't work, so I just decided that, okay, well, I'm good at it and I like it, so why not start and go with it. The paintings that I'm working on now are kind of, this semester especially, I'm trying to go a different direction than anything I've ever done before, which is actually working out really well. It's just thinking outside of the box. I used to get caught up on all the technical aspects of painting, and if I do this, then what's it going to look like later, and what am I going to do, and how is that going to make people feel? And right now it's kind of just, well, I don't know what I'm doing, and so I'm going to play and see what happens with all the paint and see what combinations I can come up with. And yeah, it's pretty much what I'm doing right now. So when I start with a painting, before when I was working on all the technical and getting caught up and not really having fun with it and just trying to learn the basics, it was a lot of still life, and it was a lot of, okay, well, I see someone walking and now they're sitting. So get my sketchbook out and see, okay, well, the structure of the trees and the structure of how everything's set up outside, and if a bird flies by, what does that mean with the painting I'm doing, or the drawing I'm doing right now. And from there, it's kind of I took things from my sketchbook and, okay, well, do I want to do the exact same thing I did in my sketchbook on a bigger scale for a drawing or a painting, or do I want to be like, okay, well, that was good then, and then go somewhere completely different, probably more with a still life. Or I was focusing with the technical, I was focusing more on the lighting and the shading, and just kind of pick one object and then, okay, well, if the light was coming from this direction, then it's going to be dark over here. But if it was coming from back here, then the whole thing would be lit up, but I'd still need to make it 3D somehow. And after that, it was, I kind of got to a point where I got sick of it, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't sit down and pick an object and grab an object and be like, oh, well, this is what this looks like, and draw it realistically. And so now I have started taking a lot of pictures, and so that's where everything I'm doing now has started. And going off with the whole playing aspect, I take the pictures and I go from just the regular picture itself, and then I take it into a Photoshop and see, okay, well, if I increase the contrast and make it so that there's just these giant blocks of color, what does that mean for painting? And do I want to use the exact same colors that are all bright and neon, or do I want to try and go for the more original colors that came with it? And that's kind of where things are going now. And it's interesting because it's not something I've never done before. And so I get really excited about it, and I get that art buzz that people talk about, where you get into this zone where you really have no idea what's going on around you. And you don't know, like, oh, someone could be talking to me for 10 minutes and I have no idea what they're saying because I'm so focused and I'm excited about it again. And so when I get those pictures, then I do, okay, well, do I want to do black and white and do the contrast there and then have this crazy colored background? Or do I want to leave the background more neutral and one single color and then go into massive amounts of color and into the painting itself or the drawing itself? And it's kind of all about color now. And before it was just shading and lighting and, you know, more the technical. And now it's just, I'm playing around with it. And I mean, there are some days where I just grab a glob of paint and I just rub it on a piece of paper and see what happens. And if I like it, then I do something with it, and I can translate it into like a sunset or a portrait of someone's face that's a little more abstract, but you can still tell who they are. And now it's fun, and I'm having fun with it again. So this is Caitlin Bear, and it's been really fun explaining and showing my process, and I hope you enjoyed seeing my work and seeing how I do things and trying to understand how I think about things. So yeah, back to the studio.
We'll marinate on that, and the mix will be right back after commercial break.
All right, you guys, welcome back. So let's talk about freaks we love. Lady Gaga.
Kanye West.
Oh, she dropped Kanye. They canceled their
She
tour.
No more paparazzi for the lady.
Well, you know what I heard? It was like creative differences or whatever, which means that Kanye was probably just being a
He
toolbox.
probably screwed it up and ticket sales were like down. I mean, Lady Gaga's had the same CD out for, is it 2 years, year and a half now?
A long
I feel
time.
like
time.
Lady
It's like
Gaga
5.
probably wanted to dress up Kanye West in like some of her crazy outfits. So, and then of course, he's like, absolutely not. And then she's like, creative differences.
Yeah, boom, it's over.
She should have
didn't
just
even
talked to
matter.
He is
his
being
girlfriend,
heartless.
Amber.
Oh,
You know his girlfriend.
Nice song reference.
Song
I like
reference.
that, yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a good thing. Lady Gaga, we love her. We're goo-goo for Gaga.
I think it's better
And
if
we
she just
know
puts it off, maybe gets a new CD going on.
Well,
you
she
know.
said she was going to go solo, and frankly, it makes almost as much sense.
I feel
She's-
I feel like she might have to get the venues a little smaller.
Yeah.
I mean, people like her, but concerts are expensive. And,
Lighting.
But she's one of
Crew.
the biggest like pop stars on the planet.
Yeah.
The pop stars.
I don't know. Speaking of people who are super popular, Kristen Cavallari is
She's
on the
pretty
hill.
hot.
Cavallari is on the hill.
She's up there with
You
Megan
like hot
Fox.
girls? What do you think?
You know what? I'm a fan because
She's hot.
Yeah.
I just like to clarify.
Her and Megan Fox
But
just line up.
yeah, you know what? And I'd be fine with that. But she is stirring the pot up on the hills. There's a little more drama than there was last year. It's not so much like work-related LCs, like making her own fashion line
LC's
kind of
hot,
stuff.
too. Get her in
No,
line.
she's
I
stealing
feel like-
people's boyfriends.
I feel like though, since deep down we all know The Hills is scripted.
totally fake.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
It's just
Oh,
like
yeah.
she's playing the character of being an aggressive, rude girl. You know, she's playing the character of female dog.
Well, where's she been? She fell off the face of the earth. She need a
She
little
was
something
on
to shake it up.
magazines and screwing around with
She's
celebrities.
hungry and broke, so she has to follow Lauren
Trashy
Conrad
TV.
again.
And the funny part is
God.
it's probably going to work, and she's probably going to end up becoming a big celebrity
They'll probably
because
give
of
her her
it.
own show after this. Like, you know.
Well, I
don't
think it
know.
just makes sense. Why not?
I agree.
It's because she's hot.
It might be. All right, let's talk about an issue that's maybe close to some WSU students, and that's the Farmville craze taking place on
We already
Facebook.
live in Farmville. Do we need to be on Facebook making like what apple trees and I want a rabbit? You know.
Let's be
Will
honest.
you be my Farmville neighbor?
All you do on this is plant stuff and buy animals.
And wait a few
That's
minutes,
it.
and your rice is finished. It won't spoil.
I feel like this is really serious. I personally am not playing the Farmville game right now, but I know a lot about it for not having my own personal farm. So I think this is serious. This is up here with Juicy Campus. This is a new epic craze.
It's quite serious. I mean, I was in sociology and I'm working on my farm and I look and
Your farm.
someone is helping my farm. So, I mean, it's a big craze. Everyone's on it. People are helping you in sociology class. I have no idea who they are.
You can do that. You can creepily like wander over to another person
Was
who's farm
on my
and, like,
farm.
help them
You
plant
could
things.
He
actually
was.
be somebody's neighbor.
Do you think that Farmville, like helping each other out, is kind of like the new poking? Because remember when Facebook first started, you would like poke, you get on and be like, oh my gosh, he
Yeah, but that
poked
sounds
me.
kind of inappropriate. Like I poked her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now you can be like, no, girl,
I helped
he
you.
helped me with my farm
He
and
raked-
he texted me.
He raked
He
my
gave-
Like
leaves.
together forever.
He gave me carrots.
He bought me a rabbit or whatever, you know, like, no. Am I reading too much into
No,
it?
no, you are. You aren't. Excuse me. No, yes, you are. Well, yeah, no, you are. No, I don't know if you are, but like, still, just like really? That's how you're gonna hit on somebody? Is on Farmville? You're like, oh, hey, it's like let me plant these beets right here.
Let me help you harvest your